Hey everyone, it's Kitty, and I've actually tried to record this several times during this last week, and I haven't had a recording I've been fully happy with. Like, there's always being like a bit to it that I go back and listen to, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said it like that or said it at all, and if I wanted, I cropped it out. Then things wouldn't make sense anymore, and so it's definitely taken me a bit. This is probably like my 5th time trying to do this, so hopefully the 5th time's the charm. And if you hear my bird, I'm sorry. I'm recording this in the afternoon because I have a little bit of free time, and it's New Year's Eve, and I want to get this up before it's midnight, so hopefully this works. Cross your fingers. Anyway, before anyone panics based on seeing the video title, I'm not leaving YouTube. At least, not right now. It may happen one day, but that day is not today, okay? However, I'm saying goodbye to other things. I am saying goodbye to this nagging feeling I always have had since people have started actively watching and participating in everything with my channel, that I have to always be putting stuff out constantly, or else you'll lose interest and not, come back anymore. Like, you lose interest, go on and find other people, and if I were to post something again, you would either not be subscribed anymore, not see it, or just not care anymore. And I should know that's not true because I disappeared for the better part of 9 months when I was pregnant with my 2nd kid. And when I did come back, many of you were still here and welcomed me back with open arms. So I shouldn't have that feeling that I need to be constantly churning out content for you all to still come to my channel and appreciate what I do and engage with it and all that stuff. So I'm hoping in the new year I'll be able to finally squash that feeling and do content just as I feel like doing it, not feel like I have to keep to a set schedule or a set routine. Even though the analytics does have days and times of days it recommends you have your uploads scheduled to go live. So I may still stick with that because that has worked in the past, but I'm going to try to not feel so pressured to basically be a content machine. Because I've realized by being a content machine, a lot of you viewers and listeners, especially you newer viewers and listeners, have come to just expect that to be the norm for me. Where if I go more than a few days without an upload, I get comments and tweets and messages saying, "Are you okay? What happened? When's the next upload going up? Like, where are you?" And it's like, I just had something up a few days ago. Is that not enough? And it bothers me even more when I'll have like something up. I'll post something at noon, and by like midnight, as I'm getting ready to go to bed, I'll see a comment or a DM. "So when's the next audio coming up?" I'm like, I just put something up. Did you not see it? It's right there. So I've realized with being such a workaholic and constantly putting stuff out, as much as some of you may appreciate it because you do find my channel to be a place of comfort and entertainment and something you can rely on to regularly have something for you. It's just, I don't like it being this expectation that I have to always have something uploaded. If not a daily basis, at least many, many times a week. Because after a while, that's just not going to be feasible. I'm going to eventually, while I won't run out of ideas, I'm going to get tired and burn out from being tired. Because that's happened to me before. Before I took my maternity hiatus, I started getting really bad burnout. And that was because I was so hyper-focused on constantly getting new audios up and new ideas out there and other projects. And I just snapped one day and I just couldn't for the life of me, probably for a good month or so, do a roleplay audio. I could do other audios. I did a lot of my audio story times at the time where I just would tell stories about my regular life and whatnot that some people enjoyed, most people didn't care, which is what it is. But I just lost my will to do the role plays and character pieces. Yeah, I just got completely burnt out from that. And I don't want to risk that happening again. And I'm actually surprised that hasn't happened this last year. There has been some lulls in my content production, but that hasn't been so much from burnout. That's mostly been from scheduling conflicts in my personal life. Like I would go on vacation, or I would get sick, or I'd get wrapped up in something going on with my family and just not be able to keep up with the schedule for a little while. Or like over the summer, I went to go work at Mustang Ranch, and the internet connection there is not that great, and I didn't have my good computer with me or my good microphone, so I wasn't really all that inspired to make audios, let alone really have the time and the quiet to make audios. So there was that too. So there were some lulls this year where I wasn't able to put out that much, but for the most part, I've been able to be fairly consistent with putting out content. And the same can't be said for other creators who do the kind of content I do. Like, there's people who only put out a couple of things a month, if that. And I know people preach, quality over quantity, and I fully agree with that. But there can also be quantity with quality if enough love and effort is put into the work, which is exactly what I do. I mean, yes, occasionally there's some little slip-ups that I don't catch, especially when my audio is rendered in video form. Sometimes my program glitches when it renders and I don't catch it because I only listen to the first few minutes playback when I render a video, because usually it would happen within the first few minutes, and if I don't see it then I think it's fine and upload it, and then I'll get a comment saying, "Oh, at this timestamp something sounds weird," and I'm like, "Oh, stupid render." And if it's not the render, it's something that happened when I uploaded it to YouTube and it got processed weird, because that's happened and it's made my things sound wonky. So aside from that, I've been able to maintain some pretty consistent, decent quality audios. If not, improve my audios. I got better audio editing software, so I'm better able to filter out the white noise my mic picks up and boost the gain a bit more so you can hear things with more crispness and more clarity. I use a very, very, very expensive high quality microphone, and I use very nice professional grade editing software on top of also a pretty decent computer, which is only going to get better because I just finished a new rig, and as soon as that has the operating system and programs loaded on it, things are going to be even better. So, well, at least in terms of my own workflow being better, I'll be able to work faster because the computer will work faster. I won't have to wait so long for things to process and all that happy stuff that I don't need to bother to explain right now. So I'm going to be saying goodbye to my workaholism, at least to the best level that I can. God dang bird. I told you. told you the bird is probably gonna go off. It's just my luck. Sorry. Something's agitated her. Probably something she sees out the window or someone knocking on the door. I would love to say goodbye to the bird. Not in a mean way, just like in a please learn to shut up kind of way. Because this is my day. From when the sun is fully risen to when the sun goes down. This is my life, as people on stream know, who've been on my streams and have heard the bird. They're like, yep, it's my life. That bird, as long as there's daylight, that bird's awake. And when that bird's awake, chances are she's gonna find a reason to scream. I would like to say goodbye to that too. Because if I could say goodbye to that, then I could actually, live more human hours and actually record during like the day or the early evening or whatever. And not have to get up at 2-3 in the morning to do my recordings when the whole house is quiet and asleep. That would be nice. It'd be nice to have a normal sleep schedule again. And another thing I'm going to say goodbye to is bullshit, basically. I'm done with bullshit. I'm done with it. I've had to put up with it a fair amount the entire time I've been active on this channel. People who don't even make this kind of content acting like know-it-alls in terms of how I should, go about doing things. It's one thing if there's something like technically wrong. Like you hear a blip in the audio, or there's like a little like scratch, or just something happens. I get that. Let me know about that. But to be like, you could do this with your voice, or, what's wrong with you? You sound weird, or it's like, if you don't like my voice, why the fuck are you here? Yeah. Why the fuck are you here if you don't like my voice? Because sometimes, my voice is gonna sound a little gravelly and scratchy. I had a period of time where I had repeat infections in my throat, particularly my pharynx, and it's caused a little bit of damage. And when I have allergies, it aggravates the throat damage because of the postnasal drip, and my voice sounds a bit different. And I have no control over that because there's no real medicine to clear that up. And all I can do is just constantly drink tea and drink water, which I do, but that even then it's not going to fully fix it. I just have to wait it out. And you could say, oh, Kitti, just don't record audios when your voice is like that. Well, sometimes my voice can be like that for over a month. And if I were to go over a month without putting up audios, both on YouTube and on Patreon, I get people bitching at me about not being active enough. I can't win. There's another thing I'm saying goodbye to is the fact I can't win. Because you know what? I'm going to start winning. I'm going to start fucking winning. Because I've been on this platform a lot longer than I've been uploading to this particular channel. Because I've had channels before this one that I put different kinds of content on. I know the YouTube game. So I'm gonna start upping the ante a bit and really just pushing to see how far my creativity can take me and the kinds of stories I can tell and the characters I can bring to life and the tingles I can come up with the ASMR aspect of my audios. Just everything. I'm gonna see what all I can do. And I'm gonna put out content as consistently as I can without risking burning myself out. And I'm not gonna put up with bullshit of people who have never put in the work themselves, so they really don't know what the heck they're even talking about. And I know there's the argument is like, you can be a food critic and not be a chef because you know what food tastes like and what food tastes good and what doesn't. It's like, yeah, but there's a big difference between trying to critique something on a technical level when you don't know the technicalities behind it. So there's a bit of a difference between being a content creator and being a chef. And there's a big difference between being a professional food critic or a professional media critic and just some random person on the internet who has a phone or a computer or whatever. Just saying. And one other thing I want to say goodbye to is feeling pigeonholed into only making ASMR audio role plays. I am going to branch out into other content. I'm going to do things that involve me as a person. I'm going to start incorporating more of my humor. I'm going to incorporate more of my background in filmmaking. I'm going to be doing more with this channel than just ASMR roleplays, and I really hope you decide to stick around and give my varied content a chance, because I'm not going to stop making the ASMR roleplays, but I'm just going to be doing more than just that, just to keep myself from going crazy. And the final thing I'm going to be saying goodbye to is trying to be part of this community that's on a variety of platforms, just general, the ASMR audio roleplay community that, uses, anime avatars and such. You know what I'm talking about. Trying to be part of that community, because it's been made clear to me that the community doesn't want me. Now, there's an exception to that. There's a few people who have been real bros and have reached out to me and I chat with, and who are genuinely very nice. And the people I've collaborated with have been really cool. But aside from that, the community at large doesn't seem to want me for a reason, even though my content predates a lot of their channels and their content even existing. I've been considered like an OG in terms of making this style of content on YouTube. So it's kind of like, why the fuck aren't you respecting your elder here? Because I kind of pioneered certain aspects of this style of content, because I've had people come up to me and saying, hey, I think this person's copying you because this audio, while it doesn't sound exactly like yours, sounds very similar to yours. It's very similar in style. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm inspiring people. So I'm going to be saying goodbye to that. I'm just going to keep doing my own thing, if not do my own thing even more so, and just stop giving a shit about what these other creators think about me. Because you know what? I like the content I do. And I know my listeners like the content I do. And I'm proud of the fact that I do my own thing. That I come up with my own ideas from my own head. And I do my own outlines. Do my own editing. I do my own everything. I don't outsource to anybody. I don't take scripts from like Reddit or any of that. Everything is mine. So that way, I can't ever be accused of copying somebody. Because I don't even really watch other people's content. Because again, I don't want to ever risk being accused of copying somebody. So if anything, if you see similar content to mine, check the dates, because they may have very well been copying me. And to those people who have been really cool to me, and while we may not be like besties because I suck at communication. I'm very much introvert. You know who you are. You know I think you're cool and awesome, and you're always welcome to chat with me whenever you'd like. I just suck at talking first because I get really shy. And to those of you who have made me feel pushed out and unwelcome, I hope you fucking know who you are too. And I hope you take a moment to think about why a creator as established as I am, even though I don't have as high a sub count as some of you newer people, why, I feel the way I do, and what you may have done or said to make me feel this way. So, that being said, that's everything I am saying goodbye to. And I would like to say thank you. I'd like to say thank you to the few creators who have stuck by me, who have tried to, be a homie and chat with me and support me and all that. You're the real MVPs. You know who you are. You're super cool. I'd like to say a special thank you to my patrons for not only supporting me financially, but supporting me just in general, because I do get sometimes a little personal in the patrons only adult Discord chat. And the people on there have been incredibly supportive and honest and real with me, and I appreciate that. So, big thank you to my patrons. I'd also would like to say thank you to what I call my stream family. Those of you who regularly attend my streams, whether it's the random streams I do on YouTube or the weekly streams I do on Twitch as Orky. You know who you are, and just know that even if all you do is just lurk and don't chat, or you chat but you've never subbed on Twitch or donated or anything, I still really appreciate you being there and being part of my streams. And those of you who have gone the extra mile to sub or donate or whatever, you're awesome. You're fantastic people. I'd like to say thank you to people who have donated to me via Ko-fi because, for whatever reason, you don't want to do the Patreon thing or the Fansly thing for the whole IRL lewd content kind of deal. But you still want to support me. I thank you for that too. I would like to say thank you to all of my custom commissioners, especially those of you who are still waiting for your pieces. I know I'm very slow. I do them one at a time, and I usually only get a couple of done a month. It's a very slow process because I have to do them when I feel inspired to do them and have the motivation. And with my mental health limitations, sometimes that gets incredibly tricky. So thank you for your patience and understanding, and I promise you will enjoy the final piece when I deliver it to you, because I go above and beyond for the people who order custom content from me. And I would like to say a special thank you to Pure Sheena-chan, who's been one of the new artists doing thumbnail art for me. I'd like to say a special thank you to Migane, who's also done thumbnail art for me. And a thank you to Dokima, who's done thumbnail art for me. And of course, I'd like to say a big thank you to my dear friend and homegirl Koichi, who, even though she's been unwell and busy and unable to do art as much as she used to, when she can, has been able to produce real bomb-ass pieces, and has still always been a major just source of love and support for me. Without her, I don't think my channel would be where it is today, without her input and her talent and her just overall caring and support. So big thanks to you, Koichi. And finally, a big thank you to all you subscribers and viewers and listeners for coming to my channel and engaging with my content. And whether you just listen to it in the background while you do stuff or get ready to fall asleep, or you actually take the time to like and leave comments, I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I'm hoping I hit 50K soon because that'd be really cool. But as it is, 48,000, that's a lot of people. And that's really dope. So again, thank you so very much. It really means a lot to me. You're all awesome. And one final thing as a reminder, I am going to be saying goodbye to the YouTube Partner Program and goodbye to YouTube monetization because it has fucked over my channel and I'm sick of it. And I want my channel to get back on the traction it was on before I got into the Partner Program. So as of sometime in like January, I'm going to go bye-bye Partner Program. Thank you for the pocket change, but it's not worth the bullshit. Alright, this has gone on long enough. Thank you to those of you who took the time to watch, listen to this, and hear what I have to say. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see from me in the upcoming new year. Because I'm really curious. I genuinely would like to know your ideas. Thank you very much. I hope you have a very happy new year and a lovely celebration, and that the new year brings many good things to you because you all are amazing people who deserve it very, very much. And just remember that I love you all dearly. You are my kitties, my little kittens, my kitty colts, my kitty fam. And I appreciate you, and to stay awesome. Mwah. Mwah. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye. Meow. Meow. Hada, hada. Hada, hada.
Thank you so much for watching and listening. This piece was brought to you by my patrons on Patreon and other